What's up, guys? It's your boy Gabe, and we're back with another video. And I didn't kind of go over this the last time. I figured I might as well just give it a shot, right? Give you guys a little bit of background about who I am, what I do, and just where I come from. Just kind of wanted to talk to you guys and have a little sit down. So with that being said, my name is Gabriel Camacho. I am from Staten Island, New York, and I lived in New York my whole life. Never moved. Always been here. Always wanted to get out of here and just never did. I'm a content creator, but I originally started as a photographer. I started as a photographer, doing that for about 5 years. I'm still a photographer to this day, but I kind of transitioned from photographer to like videographer, content creator, but I still do photography here and there on the side whenever I can, as much as I can, to be honest. But now I've been getting into it a little bit more. I mainly was into fashion photography, but when I first started out, I wasn't in fashion. I was in sports. I was just doing, trying to find my niche, trying to figure out what I really loved. The spark for photography originally came from seeing, Kai Somar, seeing Blazendary, 2J's Kicks, all these like sneaker YouTuber guys, seeing all the videos and seeing all the photos that they were popping in, at the time. That was pretty much a big thing. As somebody who's in the sneakers and photography, I was kind of like, I was fascinated with this. This is what I want to do. Took a photography class in high school and I was really good at it. Didn't know what I wanted to do with my life at that point. I was kind of like, I'm gonna go to college and, figure it out. There was a time I didn't even want to go to college. I was like, why not, right? So started photography. Then from there, I went, to college, went to Hudson Valley College. I originally went to Albany for a little bit, but they didn't have my major anymore. So kind of, went to a community college. Guys, you don't have to go to university. It's kind of bullcrap. You don't have to go to university. You can go to a community college, get a good education still. So don't be fooled or scammed by that. So went to college for digital media. And I was doing a range of things. Now it's not just photography. Now I'm doing videography, doing animation. I'm doing 2D design. I'm also doing film, and just being involved in like the production space and stuff. I'm kind of like, all right, now I know what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And photography, learning a camera has opened up so many doors for me that I couldn't even imagine. And I've done a lot of things in my life that I'm super proud of and super grateful for, and super grateful to be even in that space. And it all started with me just having a camera. And originally I was just posting, I had a cheap $300 camera. It was a Canon T6i that I got off Amazon for like $300 at the time, because I just needed something for photography class, right? Started playing with that, started learning it, started doing outfits. I was always into fashion. One of the first recognitions that I gotten from doing this was with Fashion Nova. I posted a picture and Fashion Nova commented on it, and I kept posting outfits, and I was like, oh, I can make money from this. This is what I can do. Started following a bunch of people on Instagrams, learning. And this was like when Reels wasn't even a thing. If you wanted to post a video, you can post a video on Instagram, but it'll just be on your feed. Like Reels wasn't even a thing at that time. So I was just posting photos and stuff, and I didn't get into like any Reels or anything like that. Fast forward a couple years later, now I'm in a position where I start working for StockX. I was a streetwear authenticator for StockX for a little bit, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was good. It was good being in that space. I was also working, sneaker jobs and stuff, which I'm not gonna really name names, but I was working sneaker jobs, and I got into StockX as an authenticator for streetwear. Did that for a couple of months. Worked at The Real as well, was a photo production assistant. And I got my first internship. At a film studio, Good Time Film Studio. Like the first people that actually took me in under their wing, especially Derek. Love you, Derek. Appreciate you. Thank you for, having me. It was the first time me being in the production space and learning cameras. Now I'm not just in photography. Now I'm learning video production. I'm learning editing techniques. I edit in Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop, which was hard for me to learn at the time. I'm just a kid, trying to figure out his niche, trying to figure out his space and stuff, And I'm still doing photos. 2019 was still a time for me to start doing photos and stuff. During COVID, I had nothing to do. So I started doing that, and that's when it got more serious. During COVID time, I actually posted my first viral video on TikTok I threw a pair of shoes in the garbage. It was just something for fun. I was bored. They got like 100K views, went viral and stuff, and it's still like going up to this day. That's also when I bought my first expensive camera, my Sony. Ever since that, I started doing photos. Then I went into videos and doing like outfit videos and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, now I can do something with all this, you know? So ADHD kicking in. I'm sorry, I went off track. I went off the timeline. All right, so started working at film production at Good Time Film, was doing that. It was a fun experience. I loved it, you know, can't complain about it. It was an amazing experience for me, you know, definitely loved doing that for sure. Now, a little bit further, I'm still doing social media content, you know, now I'm getting brand deals. Now I'm, you know, getting to know people in the creative space. And I've met a lot of great creative people. I've met a lot of, you know, really awesome people who just helped me through learning my own creativity and learning the ins and outs of what it takes to, you know, be an influencer or, you know, content creator, you know. And I'm somebody who struggled with trying to find his niche. I'm somebody who struggled with really just trying to, you know, find out who Gabriel is, you know, like, who am I? You know, I think we all go through that period in our life of like, we're trying to find out who our identity are, you know, if that makes any sense. We're just trying to like, you know, find out like who we are as a person. And I know who I am, it's just sometimes it's hard for me to like really figure out what I want to be. So there's who you want to be and what you're trying to be, you know, who you are, right? So, and, you know, fast forward a little bit, started working for Got Soul. I was the social media coordinator for Got Soul. I was doing that for a while, you know, just editing, traveling, you know, meeting celebrities, and it was a great opportunity. You know, can't say anything bad about it, you know, it was great, it was fun, really enjoyed it. But I know that deep down there was, that's not something that I'm gonna see myself doing long term, just because I think I just want to be my own creative, you know. I want to be the boss. I want to be doing my own thing on my own time. But I learned so many useful skills doing that. I've learned how to edit podcasts. Like, it really tested my creative abilities and time management as well. Did that, you know, then, you know, during that time, when I started working at Got Soul, I got the opportunity to start working with Snipes, the sneaker store. And that was one of the biggest things for me. I was like, oh, wow, Snipes wants to work with me? Okay, you know, that's crazy. So I started working for Snipes. I started doing the activations. I started doing, you know, stuff with like New Balance and stuff. I've done a campaign with True Religion. And all these things that I'm doing, I'm like, looking back years ago, that little kid that sat in his room watching all these sneaker YouTubers is now doing things that he dreamed of doing and doing the things that they were doing. You know, they were working with sneaker brands. They were working with a whole bunch of social media people. They were working with celebrities. And now I'm in a position where I'm doing the same thing. And to be able to do that is such a blessing, man. Like, it's like, man, if you have a dream, go after it, man. Like, there's nothing in this world that you can't do. As long as you put your mind to it and you have ambition and you are hungry to do it, man, go and do it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not gonna be an easy road. Trust me, like I'm still trying to get to where I want to be. I'm not where I'm at, but I know that I'm gonna get there. You know, it's all in God's timing. It's all in, you know, just the process, and the process is gonna take you to where you wanna go. Just go at it, man. Just keep doing it. If you want something, do it. Like, I can't explain it. Like, it's like, if you have that drive, go ahead and do it. There's nothing that you can't do. Whatever you wanna do, just do it. Like Tyler, the Creator, said, if you wanna make something, then make it. What's stopping you from making it? The only person that's stopping you is yourself. Go ahead and just keep creating, keep doing it, man. And I'm so blessed to be in a position. I'm so blessed to be able to start creating, start taking my content to the next level, start showing people who Gabriel is, because I truly believe that I have so much creativity inside. Of course, there's a helicopter that wants to just right by. I have so much creativity that I just can't wait to share with everybody. I love fashion, I love sneakers, and I just love, you know, creating dope content. So if you have a dream, go ahead and do it, man. You know, I'm just a kid from Staten Island, and I've been doing content for about 5 years now, and I've seen my progression. I know I can progress even more. And to be able to be in the positions that I've had and like achieve the things that I have. I was even on the Nike app back in 2019. You know, I'll pop up a picture right here. Nike put me on the Nike Sneakers app, and I was in a Nike meeting with executives from Beaverton, Oregon, through Snipes, looking at sneakers that are coming out within this year and within the year of 2026, and like just being that room and them all listening to me talk and listening to my ideas and like what I think should be better, what I think should be this, that, and the third, and them sitting there listening to me and congratulate me, and you know, taking the time to just sit there and like, this kid knows a lot. And to be in that position and having them have that in their mind, like, we're gonna remember him. That's all. There's nothing better than that, man. Like, and I was just being myself, you know? Well, you know, I'm 26 years old and I just can't wait to continue creating. You know, this is a little bit about me, and I hope to take you guys on this journey with me. I hope to take you guys on this experience with me and experience some dope stuff, experience a lot of crazy things. We're gonna have fun. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. It will help me out greatly. And with that being said, let's get creating, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.